vocal technique development. The ultimate international screaming vocal school. RMS Vocal Institute.
Hi everyone, Soren here, head teacher at RMS Vocal Institute. Today it's all about the live shows. Hope you're ready. Now it's the big day. You have to show everyone that your band is magnificent and you are singing amazingly. So, what to think about on such a day? Well, one of the first things that I think is very important is that we actually make a schedule for these type of days. So, what does that mean? Well, I want you to actually write down what will I be doing on such a day. Otherwise, we might get into this nervous pattern where you will be like, am I going to sing well? Will my band play us all the parts as they should? We didn't practice this song enough, whatever it might be. In general, just make that schedule, follow it, and then you won't have time for thinking all these negative thoughts. For example, my routine looks somewhat like wake up, take a shower, brush teeth, eat, then I'll stretch out my body, then I will maybe do a little bit of cardio to get the blood flow up and running and also bigger breaths and all these things. Then I heat up my voice. After that, I drink water throughout this period of time. However, then I will pack up my bag, make sure everything is as it should be, slowly get ready to go out, and there we go. If I suddenly, for some reason, did all these things a little bit faster than expected, then I take time, listen to some music that I really enjoy listening to. I don't want to be in this iffy state of mind, so I would rather just stay positive, can't wait to do everything in my power to make this an amazing show. Another key factor to think about on such a day is that I do not run a marathon before I will run a marathon. What does that mean? Well, I do not start my day heating up my voice and then growling for 9 hours. And then, now it's the show, so now I have to also growl for 2 hours more or whatever. That makes no sense. You heat up your voice in the morning, make sure everything is how you hoped it to be. Maybe even heat up for around an hour to make sure that how is my voice reacting in all the three main stages, like quiet stuff, mid-volume stuff, and loud stuff. So if you're doing low-volume stuff, let's say whispering or something like that, then make sure that your voice is fine with that today. Make sure that your mid-volume is also nice, even, and easy to do. And then look into how your louder sounds are today, because maybe you actually have an off day where your voice is just not as ready for mega loud sounds as it would be another day. So make sure that all these things are in check and you know how your voice is today. So you might, for example, I know a few singers who run before they go on stage. Well, they also take a break in between and they do not run, let's say, 20 kilometers or something insane like that. They simply take a small run, something like maximum 3 kilometers. So like a 20-25 minute run at a maximum to get that oxygen up and running, expand those lungs, get them ready for such a big event as singing for all this period of time where you also jump around and do crazy stuff. So don't run a marathon before running a marathon, and the same also before you go up on stage. You do not stand growling for an hour before going up on stage. You heat up your voice gently. Notice, is everything still as good as it was this morning? Awesome. And then go up and do your very best. And personally, I do not eat too much before going up on stage. I don't like being too full in my stomach, so I cannot expand my stomach when I have to do these deep breaths. So I make sure that I do not eat too close to, and if the specific venue, are serving us food too close to the actual show, then I'll simply wait. Or eat very little and then eat some more after the show. I will say the same about water. Don't drink too much water before going up on stage. Take small sips here and there. Stay hydrated, basically, but do not overdo it. Then you'll have too much water when you're jumping around on stage, and it will just splishy splash down there. And other good pointers are, of course, do not go to the most loud place at the venue and start talking to people before or after the show. Oh, you want to have a conversation? Let's go somewhere else. You do not want to yell too much, because when we have this spoken yell type of a thing, it can really blow your voice, and quickly. So do not do that. If there's a fan that wants to speak now, well, then make some gestures, like, yeah, whatever, or then just lead them somewhere else. It is much safer for your voice if you have a show the day after or something like that. So, and in general as well, of course. But make sure you go a quiet place and speak. Do not overdo all the yelling. After the show, you simply do not speak as much as possible. You give your voice the rest it needs, especially if you have a tour or you actually have a show the day after. Drink your water, get enough sleep so you can be ready for the next day. Some would say do a little lip roll, do a little to make sure everything is still as you hoped it to be, because I know we can be easily grabbed by emotion when we're up on stage and suddenly push a little bit more, maybe move in a way that wasn't super smart while doing these sounds or while singing. So make sure that everything is intact. Your highs and your lows are still where they should be. Do a little lip bubble, lip roll, what you like to call it, tongue trills, a little humming to get your voice to stabilize again otherwise, and stop speaking. Get it ready for the next day. It needs its rest to basically, as we talked about before, it needs to heal itself again so you're ready for the next day. I hope some of these things helped so you can go out and show that you are an amazing singer and your band is just as amazing as you are. Hope you liked the video. If you did, push the like button, kick the bell down there, and simply subscribe so you keep on getting our content. And have an amazing day, and see you at RMS Vocal Institute.